What is going on, guys? It is Brett, Oblivion, and today we're going to be doing the 5 things I want to see in Rust number 2. So, good response from number 1. Really liked reading all the comments, and it's quite interesting where some people were going. A lot of ideas I thought were going to appear anyways, so I just kind of left it to let it roll on to see how people would expand on it, because a lot of people tend to submit an idea, and then what I noticed was people were commenting back saying, oh, that's shit. Or they're saying, actually, why don't we look at doing this with that idea, or we could do this. And it's actually pretty good to see how you guys are pretty much getting on with it. Anyways, I've made my next 5. Now, these are in no particular order, as of all of my top 5s, but they're just things that I'm kind of suggesting that could potentially happen in the game. Now remember, of all these top 5s, it's nothing against the creators of Rust, because I think they do a fantastic job with a game that's, it is difficult to expand without taking things too overpowered, or, the adverse effect of putting in things that people don't need. Water buckets. So, what I've got is my top 5. So, first of all, to start off with, most of you have suggested this one a little bit, is terraforming. So, what I understand about terraforming is essentially the terrain. This is how it's split into 2 words. The terrain, terra, is basically being formed into something else. So, hence terraforming. So, I thought, that's pretty cool. Let's think of a few ideas that we could do with that. So a lot of people are like, oh, you can make tunnels, you can dig some holes to escape and whatnot, and you can also use it for like a basement in your house. I thought that's pretty cool. But let's thought some of my own ideas. Imagine if you're attacking someone's base, and what you want to do is you want to build yourself a trench, so you can put down a couple of things in there, a couple of sleeping bags, so you can shoot out of the trench and out of people, and potentially you can also tunnel as well. My FPS might literally go to absolute pancakes and go to like 1, but I think general gameplay might actually be pretty cool with that. It's such a cool idea in itself that you are making these potential new obstacles. And I'm well up for that. I think that's really cool. I know that'll be very, very difficult for the creators. I imagine it'll be very difficult for the creators. But that's pretty cool. I like the idea of terraforming. And some people even said like using, you can use shovels to even create like a mound. So you can dig and then you can create a mound. Well, that's pretty cool as well. And it might be really obvious. You might actually take the ground that you've dug up, and instead of it just still being grass, it will just be dirt, and it will literally appear as dirt. And people could shoot through the dirt, etc. I imagine like this would take a long amount of time to code that in, but that sounds pretty cool. So yeah, that's terraforming. Let me know what you think of all of these, by the way. We're going to go on to number 2 now. So number 2 is rope. Now, I like the idea of rope. I think rope is pretty cool. Let me string this along a little bit. Rope string. Basically, you can get it. It could be overpowered, and it might not be overpowered. But rope, you could use it for getting in and out of homes. So instead of getting, like, I don't know, the ladder platform and going down, you could just, like, I don't know, unravel some rope, and you can climb down into the lowest part of your base. And then when you climb back up it, you can pull the rope up. Something like that. Even use rope for tying people up, even as like a lasso. So when I think they're looking to bring in the horses with the saddles, so many of you have suggested that, by the way. So I shan't be getting to that just yet. But anyways, yeah, so you can use that as lassos, and that'd be pretty cool for like horses and whatnot, and trying to catch pigs, and maybe even like, bears and whatnot, and just trying to make sure that everything's, I don't know, you can just use a rope to basically capture things, which is a pretty sick idea. I quite like that. I was thinking actually rope as well. Grappling hooks. Let me know what you think on that. But I think if you put grappling hooks into the game, that could be pretty cool, because there are some bases that have openings on the top. And, you might nerf the grappling hook saying, okay, it can only go, say, 30 foot. Or an equivalent. So you can't be sitting down at the bottom and go straight to the top. Batman fire up there, and you're in, taking all the goodies. So I think that might be an idea. Grappling hooks, what do you think of that? You might even make handheld grappling hooks. The ones where they kind of swing it up and launch it up as high as they can go and they get in. And then there was another one someone put in there, you can torture or hang people with it. Hang people with the rope. So you sadistic fucks out there, I like what you're doing. I like what you're doing. But maybe. I mean, it's Rust after all. You are killing people, so there's always that idea. You can always just like tie people up or drag them. When they bring horseback into it, why not just like saddle up your mate to the back of a horse, tie him some rope on, and drag him through Rustopia. Just let him see the sights whilst he's burning his ass to bits being dragged over grass. Number 3, throwables. Okay, this was a bit of a weird one, but I think it's quite good. I'm going to just let me go with it and see where we go. Okay. So throwables and early game weapons. So someone suggested throwing stars, something like that. And someone said tomahawks, which you have an axe, so I guess that's kind of a tomahawk in a way. But there you go. But then it got me thinking. You know, you've got all these ideas of throwing things and early game starts. And there's lots of things you could have, like a mace, but then again, it's all the traditional shit that you could kind of junk out with medieval. And I think that's pretty cool. I like it. I like the early game section. It could make it more, easier for people like myself who don't do so well early on, and it will make you a little bit more, I don't know, give you a bit more of an even platform to get onto. And there's all the hardcore players out there saying, no, bollocks to you. You just got to get better at Rust. And yeah, I do have to get better at Rust. Bollocks. You ain't seen my videos if you don't think I need to get better at Rust. But yeah, so that was it. And anyways, I thought, well, actually, I think someone put blow darts in there. Which was like, wow, that's actually a really sick idea. I love the idea of blow darts. Imagine that. Like, you're just through the jungle, straight into someone's ass, taking some damage, and blow darts can be pretty cool. You could even include poison. Imagine poison darts. And I thought, actually, if someone had poison darts, they could make different darts as well. Like they got the fire darts, where the fire arrows coming out, etc. But also, if you fired someone and you hit them with a tranquilizer dart, yeah? What about if that person was then put into a mode, like instantly as it hit them, or within like 5 seconds, they fall unconscious, and their player is unable to talk in-game? Fine, fuck it. He could talk through Skype, and he could say, you know what, I've just been tranked, see that fucker off. But what is he in game? What if you've got a clan and then someone's suddenly taken out and he goes unconscious for, say, I don't know, 10 to 20 seconds. That might be a long time, it might be a short time, but it might be enough time for some noob to go in there, take all the gear off him, give him some fucking, give him fucking some of it in the arsehole, and then get out. So that's a cool one. That's a cool one as well. And number 4, this is without a doubt my favourite, and a lot of people have suggested this because it is cool. It is a cool idea. Okay, fishing. That is on point. Whoever suggested fishing, I also suggested fishing. I didn't suggest it in a way, but that was also my next video. This video, and here it is. Try that. So fishing. Why not? Why not make it so you don't have to put fish in the sea? Okay, you don't have to put fish in the sea, and you don't have to do spear fishing. Okay, I understand that might be a bit difficult. But why not make it so when you fish, a fish comes back? So if the line goes down, you tug, in it comes. Kind of like in Minecraft. There are no fish, there are squids. There might be fish. I haven't played it in 5 years. Leave me alone, you little blocky bastards. But you could get fishing in the game, and then bam, you get a fish, then you can cook it. I mean, like, why, that's gotta be, I mean, they must be throwing that around the whole boardroom. They must be like, Gary, you got fishing yet? No, okay, we're just gonna have to wait. But yeah, fishing, cool idea. Thoroughly suggest fishing is a cool idea. Even now, more than ever, because everyone is getting fucked by this new starving system. I'm running for 5 minutes. The next thing I know, I'm having to harvest my friend because I'm absolutely starving out my arsehole. I'm like gagging for food. So, I'm walking with my friend and I'm looking at him going, you're fucking tasty, mate. Fucking tasty right at this moment. Just fucking, get in my mouth. Gay. Real. Anyways, where have I gone with fishing? Yeah, so fishing. Why not? Why not? There's not much more to say about it, but fishing, cool idea. Love it. Right, and the 5th one, I kind of just, this is my sheet that I wrote the last 5 things I want in Rust on it. And I've got about 6 minutes to go, so hold on to your horses, YouTube. You're fine. I've got my 15 minutes, mate. I'm going to use my 15 minutes. Home personalisation. Let that sink in. What would you imagine that would be? Home personalisation. And it got me thinking, actually. There's different avenues you can go down. You can go down. You could actually think about your house, yeah? So you've got your house, and you're like, you know what? You are tidy, banging, love you, all day, love you, get in my belly. But you could actually look at it and say, actually, I want to look a little bit more unique. And then people are like, oh, textures. Like in Minecraft, textures, different textures you can get. And some even said, why not having vines growing up buildings? And arguably, yes, if you had like a stone house or a wooden house or anything like that, you know, you could have vines that grow up your house in relation to how long it's been there. So you could go past a house and it could be like absolutely green. You're like, where is this giant green shed come from? And then suddenly you're like, actually, that's, I don't know, say 12 hours old. Something like that. And when there's improvements made on the house, the vines will drop. Because obviously if you're building and repairing, vines have got to go. You know, you don't want that hanging around on there. And yeah, kind of like customization of the land. So kind of go back to terraforming, where you can create your own gardens and whatnot, and you can dig your houses, and you can dig your houses, you can dig your gardens, and all of that jazz, and that'd be pretty cool. Also, someone said like lights, but they've introduced the ceiling light, which by the way is a bit wank. I'm not gonna lie, when I first found that ceiling light on a couple of episodes ago, I thought, you know what, this is amazing. You've gone from having a fireplace which illuminates everything to getting a ceiling light, which is more sophisticated and quite lovely looking actually, that actually only lights up about 1 metre by 1 metre circle. And I was like, what's the point? I've just spent 200 metal frags, which is an absolute grind to start off with to get these frags. And the low grade fuel that goes into it, which is also really difficult to get in vanilla maps. To create this light, this crappy bulb, you know, I've been absolutely swindled right there when I made that light and looked at it for the first time. I thought this is going to illuminate the whole of my house. This is going to be the nuts. When I turn this on, it's going to be daytime. It's going to be that bright. But no, and it says you can cook things with it. I haven't cooked anything with it. If anything, I got pissed off and turned it off and took my low grade and just cried in the corner because how much metal I've just lost. Right, home personalisation. Fences. Why not fences? We've got walls. We can build walls. Why not a fence? Why not a fence like in Minecraft? Okay, I'm going to go back to Minecraft because they're similar. Okay, they are similar. Shut up. But you've got fences, and imagine someone trying to jump over the fence. They can't jump over the fence because it's too high. But it's also, you know, it doesn't look ugly because when you build a fence in Minecraft, it's either, you know, 8 foot tall with barbed wire on it, or you're putting down foundation and sticking up a wall. It just looks crap. So why don't you just get like fences that you can see through? But it will add personalisation to the game. It will make it a little bit more friendlier. Fine, I'm still gonna get shot the shit out of through it. I know some, you know, naked's gonna be bloody crouch walking alongside it. I open my little gate, go to my little letterbox, boom, I'm gone. There goes my house, takes my key, shags me a bit, and then, you know, that's that. But I also think that, you know, why not include fences? Because other servers, which aren't as, you know, as difficult as the vanilla ones, actually might use fences to an advantage. And you could also argue that actually you could use fances to encage animals and whatnot. So that's also equally pretty cool. Another idea as well that I've got for home personalisation is I know the foundation and the building plans are very, very specific. It's squares and triangles, and somehow putting all the triangles together make a circle. Octagon, pentagon, all that bollocks. But this was something I was thinking because every home is alike. Everyone knows what their house is going to look like pretty much at the end of the day because it's all, you know, it's all laid out. It's all laid out in a certain fashion. So why don't they look at, I don't know, you click an area to start off your wall and then you walk along and click the next area you want that wall to end at. So it could be 5 meters, could be 2 meters. And then it says how much wood you would need to make that. Very much like the forest. Thank you very much for saying that. But that's pretty much where I'm going with it. Anyways, that's pretty much my 15 minutes up. That hopefully hits those 5 on the head. And more suggestions happily accepted in the bottom. And I will get to you guys next week, should be next week, with a brand new top 5. Have a good weekend. Big stuff happening this weekend. Hopefully all goes to plan. But I will catch you in the next one. Take it easy, lads.